My name is Metzger. I am going to be the new director of bands here at the Sweeney Conservatory of Music. The prospect of teaching here at CMU is very appealing to me, mostly because I've heard so many good things about the students and the music department here. It has a tradition of excellence, and one thing that's important to me is being part of something that is excellent and continuing that in my career going forward. My primary instrument is trombone. However, it's funny, most people think that I'm more of a low brass specialist because I have performed on trombone, euphonium, and tuba throughout my studies and actually got a secondary in low brass even though my primary degree was in wind conducting. So instrument-wise, I say the trombone, but the rest of the world just calls it low brass. I am most looking forward to the fact that my job entails so many different facets in music. Before my current degree program where I'm studying wind conducting, I had 2 degrees in music education, so being able to be part of the music education department here on campus is really exciting, as well as being part of just other music classes like band and jazz band and trombone lessons. Just having a diversity of what I'm teaching, because I've done very diverse things in my career, is something that I'm really looking forward to on campus. I think my DCI experience in terms of marching band helps me to run probably what I would consider to be a more efficient rehearsal. DCI and marching band are very similar, yet very far apart, I think, in terms of mentality and the way that things are approached. But I think that the way that we rehearse is a way that marching bands become very successful from. So I think that's kind of one of my pinnacle things. Additionally, I think that experience with DCI as well as marching band and other facets helps me to get a sense of what is exciting for both audiences as well as students, and how to make that marry in terms of a concept for show. So I'm really excited about that as well. I think that my students describe me as energetic. I'm really energetic and passionate about what I do, and I'm going to put my whole heart into something, and I hope that my students see that and recognize that, and hopefully they do that themselves as well for their students or their future careers and their endeavors. We don't spend too much time on one thing, but also I will stop and make one thing really great if I need to. For example, I remember teaching a college ensemble a couple of years ago, and I'm really obsessed with the way that a triangle sounds. And I know that's a very maybe minuscule instrument in an ensemble, but we had about 20 in our storage closet, and I made them bring all 20, and we tried all 20 in a given passage, and I was like, all right, number 5, that's the one, or whatever it is. So I'm very detail-oriented, and I hope to get the right musical quality out of something, but also moving in a quick pace and having a good time while we're doing it. When I was very little, the thing that exclusively was on my iPod, because yes, that was the day of iPods, was Gordon Goodwin and his jazz band. He had this big fat jazz band, and that's literally what it's called, fat with a PH, and it's essentially a 17-person group, which is a big band. And they played a lot of really hard charts, and then they were really grooving and really awesome, and they were made of mostly LA musicians that do studio stuff. So that is kind of like my favorite type of jazz. However, a lot of jazz musicians outside of that, as a trombone player, you can't not love J.J. Johnson and other like great soloists like Miles Davis. So just being able to listen to the big band, which is kind of my favorite, and then also being influenced by soloists and more combo-related ensembles are kind of things that I listen to. That's really hard because I love so many composers of band music. Band music is like the thing that I've lived on the last, I would say, 5-ish years. But I really like to look for new composers or people that had voices that I hadn't heard before. So right now I'm really into a lot of Kate Nishimura works. She's a Canadian composer that's recently written a lot of things around nature. So her works are different in the wind band medium. Some great other composers that are composing right now are James David, he's up at Colorado State. Omar Thomas, he is, I believe, in Texas right now, but their works are just pinnacles of the band medium right now. But yeah, I'm always looking for something that's different and new and innovative, while also honoring the musicians of the past, like the Hulse and the Granger, and works that like have become staples in the wind band repertoire. Taylor Swift. She is my favorite artist right now. And I love that because, like, I'm sure a lot of students think that as well, and she was my inspiration for the marching band show that I wrote this year, which became a big deal. But also, I mean, there are other artists out there, but I think she exemplifies pop music today and is kind of the industry that everyone else is trying to be part of. And it's most things not technology. I'm not that great at technology, but no, I really like spending time outside. COVID was a great time for me because I got to go hiking a lot and I got to go snowboarding a lot. And those are two things that I really enjoyed. But recently I started picking up disc golf, and that's kind of one of my like 30-minute hobbies. It's like, okay, you have 30 minutes, go out and play 9 holes, then you can go do the rest of your work. But I really enjoy doing that.